Hi there, future PEs. This is Wasim Asgar. I'm a licensed professional engineer in the US and Canada. I've authored several books on the topic of FE electrical and PE power exam preparation, and I also run popular exam preparation programs for FE electrical and PE power exams. So without further ado, let us dive into the content. It is difficult to be a recent graduate right now, but you are going to notice, and this is especially for those of you who are actively seeking a job or a better job as a recent grad who doesn't have a lot of a lot of expertise, a lot of skills to offer other than their engineering degree, you're going to find that FE EIT certification is being actively used as a filter by a lot of employers on most of the job descriptions. So this is not even PE. I'm talking about FE EIT certification. And even for folks who are currently working with experience, a lot of employers are actually nudging their employees to get on the PE licensing process, and they sometimes incentivize them in terms of increased salaries, promotions, job titles, and so on. And sometimes it's just that if you want to keep your job, you have to get these credentials type of thing. Okay, I have students all over the US in all different industries at different experience levels, and I hear all different types of stories and reasons and motivations and incentives for them to become a PE. But at the end of the day, you yourself are going to be the biggest beneficiary because some of my former students have gone on after passing their FE exam, PE exam, becoming licensed PEs to set up their own LLCs, and they are doing consulting services. They become their own boss. As a PE, you have the sign of authority on the designs. You can take responsibility, and only as a PE, as a licensed engineer, you have that authority. Higher salaries. It's a known fact that you can have two folks basically doing the same thing, but if one is a PE, they are typically better compensated. A lot of leadership management roles also require professional engineering licensure, especially if you're working in a technical capacity. And PEs typically tend to be the last one when the things turn south in terms of having to worry about their job security and mobility. I've got this small request for you. 77% of you watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. That's a massive number. If this video is helping you out in any shape, way, or form, please do me a quick favor. Please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you will not miss out on any content that we've got planned, and it really supports the channel. Okay, so the question is that if this is such a straightforward decision, then why do a lot of people procrastinate or don't follow up or don't push through or don't persevere? Multiple reasons, and we are all human beings. I hope there's no AI right now on this on this Zoom, but I don't think we are far away from a day when AI will be actively participating, and then on behalf of you, maybe your AI chatbot or robot would be attending meetings and creating summaries for you, so you don't even have to attend meetings. But from what I know, everybody on this call, on this Zoom meeting, is a human. Although I sometimes notice that in Zoom meetings there are note takers.ai type of thing, right? And but anyways, so we have our human constraints. 9 to 5 jobs. About 90% of the people, 80-90% of the folks in my FE program are working full time. About 95% of the people working full time in my PE Power program. And typically the work week is more than 40 hours. And that is a plain fact. And when you throw in the commute and whatnot, 40 to 50 hours, depending on how long your commute is. A lot of folks actually realize about the importance of the licensure 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years into their careers. And then at that point in time, they're out of academic mode for a long time. Family and personal responsibilities. Those of you who have young kids, it's difficult. Aging parents, it can be challenging. If you are a primary caregiver for somebody else, then obviously you have a lot of additional demands on your time. And just life, it takes energy, right? Limited daily energy and focus. And when it comes to the exam preparation, what do we have? Don't know where to start. FE Electrical and Computer exam is overwhelming, 17 sections, entire undergraduate engineering coursework. So it's challenging. And on top of that, if you don't have a structured study approach, ineffective exam prep resources, then it's going to be difficult. Now, there are lots and lots of free resources out there. You typically get what you pay for. There are quiz banks, there are some basic skeleton courses and things like that. But at the end of the day, your biggest valuable asset is time, especially if you're working full time. And that's where you have to make a judgment call as to how you should go about your exam preparation. Because a resource that can help streamline your exam preparation, give you more structure, and make sure that you are spinning wheels in the right direction will pay you big time long term. Essentially, we can take on challenges on our own, but it does get a little bit easier if you have guided resources, a structured program, and mentorship along the way. Tons and tons of students go through my program every single month, every single year, and multiple students every single week. They post all different types of testimonials and success stories on different platforms: Reddit, LinkedIn, Amazon, YouTube. And the program is structured depending on how you want to go about it. Both FE Electrical and Computer Exam Preparation Program have the on-demand portion where you can self-study. I have the study guides that are published for both FE Electrical and P-Power, best rated books in the categories on Amazon. I also have computer simulated practice exams, and I also do live training. And this is basically the same approach that I have for the P-Power exam preparation program, the on-demand program, the study guide, the practice exams, live training. And essentially, the approach is as follows: that if our goal is to pass a FENP exam, my effort, the way that I can help you is to this is a numerator that we're going to try and maximize. Okay. And the likelihood is going to be increased when you use a structured resource with tons and tons of high quality reviews. It's going to condense your exam preparation timeline and reduce the friction that you're going to encounter along the way. Okay. So maximizing the numerator and minimizing the denominator in a typical nerdy engineering manner. And you can also find tons of success stories on my YouTube channel. You search for Study for FE on YouTube. Folks who have been out of school for a long time, internationally trained engineers passing this exam on the first attempt for both FE Electrical and P-Power. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. On a weekly basis, I'm creating content for FE Electrical and P-Power exam preparation. I also discuss topics related to electrical engineering with a focus on power systems engineering. If you'd like to learn more about my FE Electrical and P-Power exam preparation programs, please visit my website, studyforfe.com.